Man, I messed up. I messed up royally. I don't know why I tell you guys these things, because then I never hear the end of it. But here goes. Recently, I, along with four other gentlemen, had the opportunity to play golf with a legend, Larry Nelson. Now, I know everybody doesn't know golf, and everybody's not a golf fan, but this is a big deal. I'll give you a quick education on Larry Nelson. Mr. Nelson has won 10, count them, 10 PGA Tour events. 3 of those wins, that's a high proportion, were major championships. In 1981, he won the Professional Golfers' Championship, the PGA Championship, by 4 strokes. In 1983, he won the United States Open at the Great Oakmont course. He came from 7 strokes behind to win. He scored a U.S. Open record on the last 2 days, 36 holes, a 65 and a 67. He broke a 51-year U.S. Open scoring record. His 10 under par, 132 record score, has yet to be equaled. In 1987, he again played and won the PGA Championship on the first playoff hole. And in addition to all of that, he played on the United States Ryder Cup team, representing his country in 1979, 81, and 87. In those tournaments, he had a record of 9 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. It's one of the best records in the last 25 years. He also won 4 times on the Japanese Golf Tour. Since he turned 50, he's gone on the Champions Tour and has already won 19 times. In April of 2006, he was elected to the World Golf Hall of Fame, and he received the PGA Distinguished Service Award from the PGA of America. This award honors outstanding individuals who display leadership and humanitarian qualities, including integrity, sportsmanship, and enthusiasm for the game of golf. Now do you see why it was a big deal for me to get to play golf with Larry Nelson? And on top of all of that, Larry Nelson is a dedicated believer in Jesus Christ and a follower of Christ. I was stoked to get to play a round of golf with him. We were having a great day. I think he was even enjoying playing with us guys. Even though my golfing ability is light years from him, I think at least I'm a little fun to play with, at least most of the time. With my ability, I can't take my golfing game too seriously. If I did, I'd stay in utter frustration all the time. I play golf to get away, to enjoy being outside, to get a little exercise, and to spend some quality time with some old and some new friends. Well, everything was going well until we got about 2/3 of the way through our round of golf. We had both hit our first shot from the tee, and the 2 balls were lying in close proximity to each other. I need to admit he was hitting from tees behind mine. But I got to the balls before he did. A golfer, for those of you who don't know, determines what club to hit the ball with based on how far it is to the hole. So there was a yardage marker right near our ball. I went to the marker and then counted steps back to our balls. That would tell me exactly how far it was to the green and to the hole. So when Larry drove up, he started walking toward the marker, and I jokingly said, "I got the yardage, it's 102 yards. He smiled and said, "Thanks, man." I joked back and said, "Well, I'm always looking for a caddy job if you ever need one." So then he laughed and went and stood over his ball and once again hit a perfect shot, as he always does. Except there was one problem. His ball came up about 16 yards short and landed in the sand. He had a little funny look on his face, and he simply said, that seems more like 120 yards. See, these guys know exactly how far each club will take the ball. As soon as he said that, I knew I had royally messed up. The yardage marker had said 110 yards. I walked 8 paces back and subtracted 8 from 110. That's how I came up with 102. I'm such an idiot. I should have added 8 yards. That would have made it 118 yards. Like he said, about 120. His club then would have been perfect. I felt like a complete fool and idiot. All I could say was, oh man, I messed up. I told him what I'd done. He got the biggest laugh out of it. Yet he did say I didn't need to apply for the job as a caddy. The real problem is we were both on the same team. My giving him the incorrect information caused him to only par the hole, whereas he probably would have birdied it. The wild thing is, at the end of the tournament, our team lost the championship by 2 strokes. For the next several holes, I kept feeling so foolish. The other guys on our team found out about it. They were having a lot of fun, ragging the fool out of me. It was all in fun, but I felt so stupid. A little later, I told Larry that I write these devotions and that I guess I'd just come up with a new one. I said to him, you guys, professionals, you really have to trust in what your caddy tells you. You make your decisions based on what they tell you, and that requires a lot of trust. I guess that's why I said I don't do this for a living. Yet I did say to Larry, it's a good thing we can trust God and what he says. Now on that, we both agreed. It's so true. Much more than a golfer depends on the trustworthiness of his caddy and what he says, you and I have to trust in what God says. He's our guide. He knows the obstacles in front of us. He studied the course laid out in front of us. He knows the shots we need to take. We can't lean on our own impressions. Proverbs 3:5 says it like this: trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. King David said it like this in Psalm 37:5. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him. Guys, you and I have a choice every day. Every day we decide who we're going to listen to. There are always voices and opinions on how we should live. There are money advisors, financial planners, life coaches, counselors, peers, friends, family, and the list goes on. And oftentimes they have good advice for us. Yet there is one that we can know for certain every single time will tell us the truth. You see, even I get the yardage right most of the time when I'm playing golf. But as Mr. Nelson will tell you, sometimes I come up a little short. There is one person that'll never come up short in your life. You can build your life, you can build your career, and you can make all of your decisions based on what he says. We need to listen to what God says and get to know what he says and understand what he says. That makes all the difference in the world. The great prophet Jeremiah wrote in chapter 9, verses 23 and 24. This is what the Lord says. Don't let the wise boast in their wisdom, or the powerful boast in their power, or the rich boast in their riches. But those who wish to boast should boast in this alone, that they truly know me and understand that I am the Lord. Here's a great thought for you to carry today. God can be trusted. And here's a prayer for you to pray today. God, help me to look to you and to listen to you daily before I make any decisions in my life. Teach me to understand your will for me daily and to follow it and to trust you.